What's going on, everybody? It is the first episode of the Delay a Game Football Podcast. We got Thursday Night Football tonight, so we all thought we're just going to get on, do a quick show. We're going to preview the game, go over the odds. We're going to give our picks for player of the game, our picks for tonight, and we're just going to go over some predictions for the NFL season. I'm going to start off by introducing John Mark right under me. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good.
You want to plug your show?
Yeah, go check out Crunch Time Sports Show. We're going to be back up soon.
Ryan, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
You want to introduce your show? I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah, so I'm doing a show tonight. I'm going to record it tonight. Of course, if you've been following me, you know that I do Soundtrap now. So I pre-record my shows. Hopefully I can have it edited down tonight. If it's not edited down tonight, I'm going to try and get it edited down by Saturday. So if it's not out tonight, look for it to be out by, I'll say, Saturday night, wherever you find your podcasts. And we're rebranding, so you're going to want to look for The Locker Room with Ryan Stout. I want to give kudos to that guy up there, though, helping me with that name. That was a great suggestion.
Yeah, go check out his TikTok, too. He does sports TikToks, lock of the week, upset of the week. It's really cool. It's awesome. It needs a lot more recognition than what it's got. So, yeah, I think we just go right in, right? So, Thursday Night Football. Finally, we've made it. It's time. It's actually going to count. Starters are playing. I'm ready to just get back to watching football. But we're just going to start off with Bucks come in at a 7-point favorite. And when I made it, it was a 7-point. Now I think it's 7.5, maybe even 8-point favorite in favor of Tampa Bay. So, John Mark, do you think the Buccaneers cover this spread? And what is your score prediction for tonight?
I think the Buccaneers have got it pretty well. I mean, I think they're returning maybe missing one of their starters from the Super Bowl year. So
every one of them, and it's the first time that's happened since '76, I believe. And then in '76, it was the Pittsburgh Steelers who did it, and they repeated. So it's the second time it's ever happened. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of crazy. So you think the Bucks are gonna win? What's your score prediction?
24-13.
In favor of the Bucks, so you think they're going to...
Yes.
Okay. Ryan, what are you thinking for tonight?
I'm thinking that the 7-point favorite holds up. 28-21 Buccaneers. However, I do have another prediction that Dak is going to throw 2 touchdowns tonight, and he's going to show out. And you know what? I'm not just saying that because he's my fantasy quarterback, and I need a big game out of him tonight. But I think Dak's ready. You got the question there. Is Dak ready? I think Dak is ready. I think he's been eager to get back on the football field, and he's going to show Tampa Bay some stuff tonight.
Look, I am worried with Dak Prescott. He hasn't thrown a football in a game against the defense in 300 some days, okay? And he's going to go out against probably the best defense in the NFL. It's not going to be good. I think Dak throws for 2 touchdowns. I could see it. Because they give him a lot of attempts. He's got good receivers. But let's just be honest, guys. Zach Martin's out. Their best O-lineman. He's going to get hit. I just hope he doesn't get hurt. He's got to keep him healthy. I hope he doesn't get... He's going to get sacked 4+ times tonight. That's kind of like a little hot take. He's going to get sacked a lot. The key to tonight is going to be Ezekiel Elliott. You've got to watch Zeke. Can he get through that Tampa Bay front 7? If he can get through that Tampa Bay front 7, I think we see an upset tonight. Do I think he's going to get through that Tampa Bay front 7? I don't think there's a chance. You've got your best O-lineman out who just so happens to be a guard. Which is guard is very important in the run game. So I'm going to take Tampa Bay in this one. I'm going to go Tampa Bay. They're going to score 35 points on the Cowboys defense. Possibly even 38. I'm going to say 38. I'm going to go 38-24. I'm going to go 38-17 in favor of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It's not going to be close. Cowboys defense is dumpster fire. Let's hope Dak Prescott can show out, but that's just... The defense is too good in my personal opinion. Is Dak ready? He's ready to go against most NFL defenses. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers not being one of them, in my opinion. So... Moving on, who is your all's player for the game tonight? I'm going to go with Ryan. What do you think?
My player of the game tonight, they're going to lose. I do have the Cowboys losing tonight, but my player of the game tonight is Dak Prescott. It's got to be Dak Prescott. I think that after a year of not throwing a football, like you said, not being able to play football, he's eager to get back. Anybody would be eager to get back. And I think that being on Thursday Night Football to open up the year in front of that Tampa Bay crowd, and we all know they're going to be booing him, that's going to fuel him so much, and he is going to have a monster game tonight. 2 touchdowns I think he's going to throw, and I thought that was being I was being sort of low with that pick. Honestly, I was sort of playing 2 touchdowns safe, but I think Dak is going to have a real big game, and Dak's going to be the player of the game tonight.
John Mark, what do you think?
It's tough to say. I mean, like, a big key for the Bucs is Mike Evans. I mean, if Tom Brady can give him the ball, I mean, you know how that goes. Brady, Evans, touchdown most of the time. But my player of the game is also Dak Prescott. I mean, if he comes back after really shattering his whole ankle and has a I'll say if he has a good game from return after 300 plus days, 150 yards, I'll give him that. They have a shot to get 2 touchdowns, but I predict him to have a touchdown, 2 field goals. But Dak's my player of the game. He's got to show out.
I'm going a complete different team. I'm going with the guys who I think are going to completely blow the Cowboys out. Your player of the game is going to be Mike Evans. We've seen Tampa Bay come out of camp. Mike Evans is looking the greatest he's ever looked.
Hey, you know what? I'd take that because he's my wide receiver too on fantasy. I'd take a big game out of Mike Evans.
Like, Mike Evans, dude, if you're going to come out and say he's looking amazing, he looks amazing every year, all the time. So you're going to come out and say he's looking the best he ever has in his whole career? That's scary. That's like top 3 receiver in the NFL scary, if what we've heard is true. Now, given you've got Tom Brady, who's also the greatest quarterback of all time, top 10 quarterback in the NFL right now, match him up with a parent who... Now, they've said this in training camp. God knows if it's true or not. Apparently, Mike Evans is looking tip-top shape. Mike Evans scores 2+ touchdowns tonight, boys. Mike Evans scores 2+ touchdowns and has over 150 yards receiving. That will happen because who's going to guard Mike Evans, dude? Who on that Cowboys defense is halfway as physical as Mike Evans off the ball? There is nobody. Dude, you can press Mike Evans. He will just push you out of the way and run past you. Look at him. There's no chance Mike Evans will only score 1 tonight. I would be surprised if he scores under 2 touchdowns. It has under 150 yards.
I think the only chance the Cowboys have is if they can, if it becomes an offensive battle. If their offense can stick with the Buccaneers offense and it becomes a slugfest, that's the only chance that the Cowboys have tonight.
100%. But can they get past that Buccaneers defense? I don't think they can. Their offense is good. Their offense is amazing. But Buccaneers defense is just too good in my eyes. Moving on. What is your biggest question mark going into the 2021-2022 NFL season, John Mark?
Can the Bucs repeat? That's the thing. It's the hardest thing to do in sports, to repeat. I mean, once you win 1 championship, everyone's going to be gunning for you to stop that. So the biggest question of the season for me is, can the Bucs repeat?
Ryan, what you got?
I'm on the same line as John Mark, but I have a different question. And the question is, can Tom Brady do it again? This guy is 44 years old, and he's going for his 8th Super Bowl title. Now, my answer to this question, Mark, right now, I'm thinking the answer is no. I'm thinking that Father Time finally catches up to Tom Brady, and the Bucs don't even make a Super Bowl appearance. They don't even make a Super Bowl appearance. I think that Tom Brady is done with Super Bowls. I think 7 is his limit.
Y'all stuck with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I'm going. Let's see. I've got a couple written down here, but I think I'm gonna switch conferences. I'm gonna go to the Kansas City Chiefs. We saw in the Super Bowl. We saw in February, the Chiefs O-line was hurt, right, and they fell apart, and Patrick Mahomes got destroyed. They add Orlando Brown in the offseason. And they add a guard from L.A., I believe. I could be wrong. Who, I mean, if I don't know his name, he really can't be great, right? I'm pretty sure he's pretty good. I think he's pretty good, okay? But is he Eric Fisher and Mitchell Schwartz good? Very good chance he's not, okay? The Chiefs have a hard schedule this year, given the fact they won their division, won the AFC. They got a hard schedule. That's just how it works in the NFL. Is that O-line going to be able to hold up and keep the defense off Patrick Mahomes? That I don't think they will. I think that's why. And I said this whenever we were Fuel to the Fire. When we rebranded it, we weren't supposed to talk about that, but I'm going to talk about it. I said that the Browns are going to be in the Super Bowl. But Landon, how are they going to beat the Chiefs? They're going to beat the Chiefs because they have pass rush. That's why. The Chiefs aren't going to be able to stop their pass rush. The Chiefs are not going to be the 1 seed in the AFC this year. They might not even be the 3 seed. I would be surprised. They're going to start off the season 0-1 after they play the Cleveland Browns. That's what's going to happen, guys. And I know everybody's so high on the Chiefs. I'm not. Until they can show me they can play with a bad offensive line, maybe I'll be with them. But if they don't have a top 5 offensive line, they don't perform. We saw that in the Super Bowl.
I think the Chiefs are going to win Week 1. Honestly, Landon, I really do.
There's no way.
I mean, I think it's going to be a dogfight. But I think the Chiefs are going to win in a very, very close game.
Listen, what are the fans called in the Browns? Like, they're the dog pound, right?
Yeah.
If they get in a dog fight, I wonder who's going to win.
I'm going
to go with the Cleveland Browns.
That's a good line.
The Cleveland Browns are going to beat the Kansas City Chiefs Week 1. That's a hot take. The Chiefs are probably the favorite, but I would say probably 3 or 4 points, I would say. Chiefs defense is awful. Browns have the best offensive line in the NFL, best run game in the NFL, top 3 receiving core in the NFL, top 10 Baker Mayfield in the NFL, top 10 quarterback in Baker Mayfield in the NFL. Oh my gosh, that was awful. Anyway, defense, phenomenal. Defense is phenomenal. Can he stop Patrick Mahomes? Probably not. But I feel like the offense can stick with the Chiefs, and that defense can get enough stops. That's what I think. So, Browns are going to beat the Chiefs Week 1. My biggest question mark is that offensive line. We're going to see Week 1. That's just how it is. The Browns have a great front 7.
I agree.
Nowhere near as good as the Washington football team, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but they're good. Jadeveon Clowney, Jeremiah Owusu, who is going to win Defensive Rookie of the Year in my eyes. You got Myles Garrett, best pass rusher in the NFL, possibly. Aaron Donald's up there as well, but as long as TJ Watt doesn't play, he's probably number 2. If that Chiefs O-line can hold them, they got a chance. But I don't think they'll be able to hold those guys. That defense is just a bunch of young, hungry defenders. The Chiefs lose Week 1, and that offensive line will be a question mark the whole season. Patrick Mahomes' health will be a question mark the whole season. I avoided him in fantasy football because of this offensive line. But I've been saying since the offseason, me and Ryan have been debating this back and forth. John Mark's been in it too because he's on Ryan's side. He thinks the Chiefs are going to be good. I don't think the Chiefs are going to be. I think they'll be good. I mean, look at their roster, but they're not going to be. They'll be top 5 in the NFL barely at the end of the year. That's what I think. So, moving on. What team is your guys' lock for this week? Ryan.
My lock for this week is the San Francisco 49ers over the Detroit Lions. I saw this TikTok, as a matter of fact, last night, and they were talking about the different things that the teams need to do this weekend. And they said for San Francisco, they need to know the difference between a win and embarrassing the other team, because the Lions have absolutely no shot of winning this game. The Lions are probably one of the worst teams in the NFL, and the 49ers are new and improved, and the 49ers are going to grab the W this week.
John Mark.
Dude, it's tough to say. I'm looking at the schedule right now because I really don't know who's playing when. But I gotta say, I think my Packers are locked for the week over the Saints.
Ooh.
Oh my.
Yeah. I mean, Jameis Winston is the pick machine.
We don't have upset in the topics today, but that is my upset of the week. Because I don't think the Browns beating the Chiefs is an upset. Yeah, I think the Saints will beat the Packers this week. Now, John Mark was actually over at my house last year. Ryan, you're going to like this. The week the Vikings beat the Packers. I told him before that game, I was like, I got a feeling the Vikings are going to win today. And he was like, no way. What ended up happening? Vikings won. I have that same feeling
There you
this
go.
week with the Saints.
Purple rain right back there.
Well, they'll lose to the Bengals this week. That's not my lock, but my
No.
lock this week,
No way.
100%.
No.
Who day?
The
Who day?
Vikings got 28-7 over the Bengals this week.
Who day? We'll see.
Yeah.
My lock
Caleb's
is
too much.
yeah. My lock is the Buffalo Bills over the Pittsburgh Steelers. We'll talk about MVP later, but Josh Allen will be in that conversation for sure. That's a no doubter. They have a top 3 wide receiver in my opinion, Stephon Diggs. I mean, team is phenomenal. Their defense is the only question mark. Steelers offense sucks. Bills are my lock. They'll beat the Steelers by 14 plus. I don't even know the spread. If I'm honest with you, I don't know the spread. You know, that's a lock. And then also, I'm going to go the Ravens and Raiders, right? I mean, that's going to be a lock for sure. Now, if I'm being honest, those are the only really 2 locks, plus the 49ers Lions, obviously, this week. Every other game is going to be competitive. I mean, we're going to talk about that in the next topic too, though. But, my lock is going to be, I'm going to go Ravens over Raiders over the one I said before. But Lamar's going to ball out against that poor Raiders defense. That's all I got on that. I mean, that's common sense, really. What is the game to watch this weekend, in your eyes, John Mark?
It's gonna be like it's 2 of the worst teams, but I think it's gonna be good. I think the Texans and the Jaguars are gonna be good. Is it the Jaguars?
Yeah.
Yeah. That even though it's 2 bad teams, I love watching 2 bad teams play because it's gonna be a good game.
Yeah.
So
Oh boy.
even though there's not
Hey.
much, even though there's
Hey,
not
do
much-
we remember John Mark's prediction, speaking of which, about Trevor Lawrence?
I said like what 2000?
Oh my gosh, you said he was
Then
going
you
to like
said he
for
was gonna-
5,000 yards.
I did not say. Did I say 5,000?
You said 5,000.
Landon, you have it clipped.
I have it clipped.
I thought
You
I said
said
2,000. I thought I said.
He said
25.
he said he'd wear a wacky outfit if he doesn't throw some yards.
you said
Did-
5,000
5,000?
yards. Yeah.
I don't know what I was smoking that day.
I don't know either because Deshaun Watson won the title last year and threw for like 4,300. I was like,
I swear I thought I said,
5,000?
like- I swear I thought I said like 2 or 3. But
No, because if you said 2 or 3, I would have probably believed you. But you said 5,000. Are you keeping that? Are you keeping that pick or
No. No,
I'm glad you brought that up, Ryan. I forgot
That
about
was
that.
one of the greatest moments we've ever had on this show.
Me and Ryan, like,
Yeah, there's not a shot I'm keeping that.
you can't really look at each other through a computer screen, but me and Ryan just kind of looked at each other. I know that doesn't make any sense, but we did.
Yeah.
That was hilarious when that
Yeah, I'm
happened.
not keeping
I said
that.
clip it.
I'm not keeping that.
It's in my camera roll right now, so.
I'm not keeping that. I'll say that much now.
Easy with your predictions there, John Mark. We will keep them against you.
Yeah,
Ryan, what's your game to watch this week?
You got it up there on the screen. My game to watch this week is the Chiefs and the Browns. That is the game that... Listen, I'm a Vikings fan, okay? And I'm not worried about the Bengals this week, Landon. Who day and all that stuff. I'm not worried about the Bengals this week. My Vikings are going to beat the Bengals this week. The game that I want to watch so bad, the game that's going to be... that I'm surprised is in America's Game of the Week. And it might be. I haven't looked.
I think it
But
is. It's at 425, yeah. I'm pretty sure it
The
is.
game that is going to be the most entertaining of the week is the Chiefs and the Browns. Baker Mayfield, Patrick Mahomes. Jadeveon Clowney is now in a Browns uniform. These are probably 2 of the best teams in the AFC, and it is going to be a slug fest. If you like high-scoring games, if you like entertaining football games, This is going to be the complete opposite of the Rams and the Patriots in the Super Bowl when it was like 3-0 after 3 quarters. This is going to be probably one of the most entertaining matchups we're going to see all year. I cannot wait to watch the Chiefs and the Browns.
Yeah, it's going to be a good game, and it's probably going to be the most fun game to watch as far as scoring goes. But my game to watch this week is the Chargers at Washington. The reason I say this, Justin Herbert has very high expectations going into this year. Very, 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 very high expectations. I cannot stress that enough. He's going to be going up against, in my opinion, the best defense in the NFL. The reason this is my game to watch, how is Justin Herbert going to do? From an NFL fan standpoint, right, and I mean, I do these shows, I am truly curious because I was not high on him going into the draft. I was high on Joe Burrow and Tua. Those are my top 2 quarterbacks in that draft. I'm wrong. I was wrong. Justin Herbert's the best quarterback out of that draft as of now. But he's going to face adversity Sunday. That's what I think is going to be the most entertaining this week, is to see how he can handle that. Because
but he faced adversity. May I point this out? Last year,
right.
When he played the Buccaneers, and he showed up big time.
And the Chiefs, for that matter.
And the Chiefs.
But going into last year, nobody said he was going to be an MVP candidate, though. You know what I'm saying? This year, he's coming in. There is people saying he's going to be a top 5 MVP candidate.
I think that's silly.
Well, he's going in with that mindset. He's going in with that mind. He's good now. I don't know. He's good. Do I think he's going to be an MVP candidate? Probably not. He's going to be fantastic.
Give him a few years. He'll be an MVP candidate.
I agree.
Maybe even 1 or 2.
But that's the game to watch. You got to see how Justin Herbert's going to do against that kind of defense and that kind of atmosphere away from home, the other side of the country.
Yeah.
Is he going to perform? That's what I think is going to be the most entertaining this weekend. Moving on. This is our final topic. This has been a short show, but we kind of just put it together today. Not going to lie. I'm pretty sure this is the last topic. Final the league starts in 4 hours, boys. We've got to put out. Hey, I am
4
too.
4 hours, 6 minutes. Count it down right now. Go to football.
This man has it. He's probably got a big old clock on his wall. I can see it right now.
4 hours, 6 minutes. I'm ready
Let's
to go,
go,
baby.
All right, John Mark, I'm going to start with you because I have a feeling this might stir up a little debate between me and Ryan Stout down there. So, John Mark, I'm going to let you get your answer out of the way. I don't know why.
First of the year.
Hey, you got to have one eventually, right?
There you go.
John Mark, who is your final MVP pick for this season?
It's really tough to say. But like, me and my dad, who barely knows football, but like he knows a little bit, but we were talking about it, and he said something that actually kind of changed my opinion. He started out so well last year. If he can keep it up, I think he's got a shot. Josh Allen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he started out averaging like 35 points in fantasy last year. Like, he was like good. He was like good. Like, he was actually my mid-season pick at like week 6 or something. And he started declining. Wasn't even top 3. But if he keeps that up, Josh Allen's my MVP pick.
And I also forgot to say, the order they're in. So Mahomes is first in odds, Allen's second in odds, and Murray is third in odds going into the season. I forgot to say that. There you go.
That high.
Yeah.
Hey, and who does he play for? Those Arizona Cardinals, right? The Arizona Cardinals team that is going to be at least a wild card spot this year.
Here we go. And this is where the debate starts. The Cardinals are finishing last place in that division.
Right, let me say this. I can see all 4
Kyler Murray
making it.
You don't know what that man's going to do.
Dude, listen.
In the words of Stephen A. Smith, that's a bad man.
He says that about Aaron Rodgers, number 1. Number 2, this team will go 8-9 this year. That's my final prediction record for them. The reason I say that, this team is so talented. They have a fantastic defense, fantastic quarterback. And John Mark, I'm sorry, the best wide receiver in the NFL, in my opinion. The only thing holding this team back is Cliff Kingsbury. Mark my words. He is what is holding this team back. They need to get an elite veteran coach this team, and win a Super Bowl. Another thing, they don't have a great offensive line. They don't have a great running back. That's what's hurting this team. They get those things figured out, and I am with you too on this, that the Cardinals will be in a Super Bowl after they get those things figured out. They don't have those figured out yet.
Yeah.
They're not in the Super Bowl for me. Do you guys still have that pick? Do you still have the Cardinals in the Super Bowl? Okay.
I don't have the Cardinals in the Super Bowl, and I don't have Kyler as my MVP either.
Okay, who's your MVP, Ryan?
He's up there, and I think that it's either going to be, the 1 and 2 spot is going to be Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes, and the MVP spot's going to go to Patrick Mahomes. I have said this before, and I will say it again. I have never, ever, ever, ever in my lifetime seen someone like Patrick Mahomes do what Patrick Mahomes does with the football in his hands. Patrick Mahomes, by the time his career is over, you can talk about Brady all you want being the greatest of all time. By the time Patrick Mahomes is done, we might not even be talking about Tom Brady. Because that is how good Patrick Mahomes is going to be. He is going to be probably in the running for greatest athlete of all time by the time his career is over. Because Patrick Mahomes is that good. The dude is a wizard. The dude is an absolute wizard with the football. And every single year that Patrick Mahomes plays, especially with this Kansas City Chiefs team, I am taking him 100% to be the MVP of the league. 100%. No question.
Ryan,
Josh
go ahead and say hi to TikTok for me because that is going on there.
There you go.
That was that. And I have to agree. This man will be the greatest quarterback of all time. We all agree on that. I mean,
And you know what? It sucks because Josh Allen's right there with him, but Josh Allen isn't as good as Patrick Mahomes is, and that's why he's going to be second in the MVP race.
If Patrick Mahomes wasn't in this league, Josh Allen, we'd be talking about Josh Allen like we're talking about Patrick Mahomes right now. Let's be honest. We would be, because Josh Allen is phenomenal. But the poor guy, I feel so bad for him because he's just in the shadows. You know what I mean? He's never going to put up Patrick Mahomes numbers. Patrick Mahomes puts up video game numbers. I feel so bad for Josh Allen. But my MVP pick, what if I had to tell you guys he wasn't even in top 5 in voting or in odds right now?
Uh-oh.
He's the guy right behind me. Right behind my head. You see him?
Oh, my God.
Russell Wilson is your 2021-2022 MVP. Let me tell you why I don't.
Landon.
Let me tell you why I don't go with Patrick Mahomes. The only reason, offensive line. The only reason I don't go Patrick Mahomes. Why don't I go Josh Allen? He's going to be second.
I think, you know what, though, with Patrick Mahomes, I think that even with a bad offensive line, Mahomes is going to figure out a way to win some games. Because he's just that good.
He's got to have a very efficient performance week in and week out. I don't think he can do that with a bad offensive line. That's my opinion.
I don't know. I never want to doubt Patrick Mahomes in my life anymore.
I won't doubt Tom Brady either. I doubted him last year.
Patrick Mahomes might as well be a gift from God to the NFL.
To the NFL, yeah. And the football fans just to be able to watch him.
Yeah.
But the reason I say Russell Wilson, okay, I don't know why. This might have been a typo. Apparently, the Seahawks have a top 5 offensive line this year. SportsCenter posted it on the Instagram, so there's that. Yeah.
Are you sure that wasn't fake SportsCenter that you let to post there on Facebook?
That was on Twitter. It was on Instagram, and I sent it to John Mark. I was like 4, and he was like, I don't even know. So I'm gonna just go with what they say, I guess, and act like I don't know what I'm talking about.
I think you were complaining to me during the draft because the Seahawks weren't drafting no linemen.
That's exactly what I was complaining about, but apparently we have a top 4 O-line, so okay. Anyway, Russell Wilson has DK Metcalf, who I think is going to have a breakout year. He had a breakout year last year. He'll have
another one?
A better one.
Yeah.
He's going to put up Stephon Diggs numbers this year. Like the numbers Stephon Diggs did last year, he's going to put up numbers like that this year. Wow. Tyler Lockett's going to be like Scary Terry. He's going to be that little dude who you can hit in the slot and he can just go. And, I mean, dude, Chris Carson is good. He's injury prone. He's good. He's a good backfield option to get the pressure off Russell Wilson. Let him breathe. I don't think we remember. Russell Wilson is easily the best deep arm talent in the NFL. Easily. Josh Allen's a close second. But I don't think... he's a close second, but they're not comparable at the same time. Russell Wilson can scramble all over the place. So, dude, that's a little bit of a hot take. I don't even know if he's top 5 in voting. Russell Wilson is my MVP this year. Let's see if he has a Russ Wilson type season where he starts first 10 games of the year as the greatest quarterback of all time, and then he falls off. Let's hope he doesn't do that, and let's hope the Seahawks are good this year. They're honestly a sleeper Super Bowl pick, but we'll see what happens. That's my MVP pick. So that's kind of a hot take, but yeah, that's all we got. Ryan and I didn't really get into a big debate today, so that's kind of a miracle.
Hey, that's all right.
We got next show.
That's right. Always next show.
There's always next show.
What do we
John
got?
Mark.
We got 4 hours and 58 minutes.
4 hours and 58 minutes
I'm
was
sorry,
3 hours and 58 minutes.
58 minutes and no coverage.
Until Thursday Night Football. Happy football season, everybody watching this. Everybody from TikTok, go ahead and subscribe. From Instagram, subscribe. Facebook, subscribe. We really appreciate the support. Yeah, that's all we got from Ryan Stout and John Mark Stivers. This has been the Delay a Game Football Podcast.